Hey folks, Templar here, and welcome to another Let's Talk video. As many of you know, a little while ago, well actually probably last week, or it depends when this video comes up, I did a Mortal Kombat predictions video on what I think MK11 might look like. But today we're going to look at Mortal Kombat 11 again, but this time in a different format. As many of you know, NetherRealm is never shy to bring in guest characters. I mean, they've been doing it since, MK9 with Kratos, and they've been doing it ever since. I know, guest characters can be touchy, but if it's done right, like it did with Injustice 2, with, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and with MKX's Alien and Predator, it can be done brilliantly. And today, it's not a question of will there be guest characters, it's a question of who's going to be in there. So today, we're going to look at the potentials of guest characters in MK11. Now, for this, we're going to separate this into three categories. One is actual guest characters, which are like, I want to see in this, game. Now, before we get any further, I like to say this is my opinion. This is not like concrete fact or anything. This is my, speculation and, my prediction, what I think who could be in it. But you guys are welcome in the comments to agree, disagree, or who you think. But enough about that. The second category will be specialized characters. In other words, console exclusive characters. These are characters that are like going to be for consoles. Now you might be thinking, why that? Because they do sell if the right character is picked, and we'll get to that as well. And finally, the last one is Injustice characters. Because let's be honest, guys, they do cross, promote from time to time, and I felt like, well, this could be a good time to cross promote with some other characters that could be coming down the line. Now let's start off with the first one. Who do I believe will be in the game? Well, let's get the first one out of the way. The most obvious one who I want to see in the game is Spawn. I mean, come on, he's the most wanted character since freaking in Mortal Kombat X, and he's been requested multiple times, and it's like, we want him, but it all comes down to its creator, Todd McFarlane. It is all up to him. He decides if yay or nay, and I hope, for God's sake, Todd lets him, go out into MKX, because I'll be honest here, Great Injustice was, and Injustice 2, I feel that Mortal Kombat is more his home because he can unleash his full arsenal of powers and abilities. I mean, he is a dark entity, Hellspawn, and he can do a lot of killing. And also, a dream match, Scorpion versus Spawn. What more can you want? That's a dream match. So yeah, so we're getting the obvious elephant out the room here. Now let's start with the next one that might come in, might not, is the T-1000, the Terminator. Yes, I know what you're thinking. Why him? Well, simple. He's a robot. And considering the cyborgs might not, get in this game due to the fact that they are both technically dead, although some people believe that the writers might bring them back in some odd way, which is possible. But I feel like the Terminator might be a good choice to have because, he's a big killing machine, so why the hell not? Or you can use the Liquid Terminator, which I think it's the T1, I think is it the TX1000? I can't remember the name of all the Terminators, but you get the gist. But I would love to see the Terminator in this, and it would make a lot of sense. Now I know with some of these characters, it's all about, is there any big films that's coming out for them or cross-branding? But come on, Terminator in Mortal Kombat would make a lot of sense. I mean, you can make him as a giant bulky character, just like one of those big bulky slow-moving characters. Some as a Ferrotor, but a bit more cool and better. Now these two I'm gonna pick. Now these might be way out there and doubtful they're ever gonna get picked, but would make sense and it would be freaking awesome. The first one is Jotaro from JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. Now I know what you're thinking, Jotaro from an anime character? Why the hell not? I mean, he does, revolve around mysticism and crazy, anime shit. I mean, come on, it would be a funny and an interesting choice to have. And he does look the part of a fighter. It looks a bit of a badass. So yeah, a little badass couldn't hurt. And plus the fact, well, you could have some fun with him, with anime art style. I mean, they've done it with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, so why the hell not? But the final one, and this one might, a lot of people say is a no-brainer. Whether or not they'll allow it is a question. Is Kenshiro from the Fist of the North Star franchise. Now, come on, guys, he would fit in a Mortal Kombat game with ease. I mean, it's a perfect fit. I mean, the amount of killing attacks he has at his disposal is more than enough what he could do. And if you don't know who he is, I'll give you a quick rundown. He's from the Fist of the North Star franchise. He's the heir to the Hoto Shinken Fist of Fighting style, which is the art of killing. So basically, he has the power to kill people with his fists. And it would make sense in a Mortal Kombat game. He's a martial artist. He does deal with mysticism, and he does a lot of killing. I mean, for heaven's sakes, Fist of the North Star is not shy of killing people. I mean, they have enough blood and gore on there. It's enough to, fill up like a bathtub. It's like 10 times over the amount of blood and gore that happens. So yeah, I would say that someone like Kenshiro would, fit well. However, these two anime characters, like I say, Johto and Kenshiro, although similar, the problem is would their companies allow them? You gotta remember, I think they're both, under Bandai Namco at the moment, and also, I think I know Kensho is Shonen Jump. I know he's definitely with Shonen Jump. I can't remember if Johto is also on the Shonen Jump, so they'll have to do a little wrangling with them. But I would say it would be good because it would be a good introduction for them to come to the West, because there's not a lot of people who might not know them. I mean, Kensho you probably know, and so with Johto, being Monday, you might know him. So those two would make a good fit. Whether or not that happens, well, we'll have to wait and see. Now for the next set of characters, and these are the console exclusive characters. Now the console exclusive characters are ones that are should be in the base game. Basically they're off on the bat, and they kind of would help sell the game because a little cross brand promotion, and with the platform they're on can help. I mean, it helped with Mortal Kombat 9 with Kratos, so I can't see why not. So let's start off with the PlayStation console. They can't use Kratos again because they've already used him, so who would you pick? Well, there's only one man I believe that would be more fitting for the job, and that is Twisted Metal's Sweet Tooth. I mean, come on guys, who else but this psychopathic clown who could be a perfect fit for Mortal Kombat? He's nuts, he carries a freaking huge cleaver, and he's not shy about butchering people when he has to. I know there's no Twisted Metal game at the moment yet, because I got a feeling there's going to be one coming, but not quite yet. And this is a good way to engage the audience on the Twisted Metal series, because if a lot of people buy the PS4 for Sweet Tooth because he's in the game, and I believe that could help Twisted Metal get another game. Whether or not they would do that is another story, but well, you never say never in this game industry. Now for Xbox. Now I know what you're thinking. Oh, I'm gonna say someone like Master Chief or Phoenix, from the Gears of War series. No, none of them. They're not what we want. I think of 3 characters, and they're all from the same franchise, the Killer Instinct franchise, and you know who I'm thinking of. And the 3 I've picked are Saberwolf, for obvious reasons because he's a rushdown character, and let's be honest, we've not had a werewolf yet in Mortal Kombat. I mean, we've had vampires, zombies, monsters. Why not? Bring a werewolf in. Let's see how this goes. So that makes sense. The second one is Orchid. Now, you'd be surprised thinking, wait, why not Jago? He's the poster boy. Yes, but Orchid is another reason, and it's quite a simple one. She's a god killer, and considering it's going to be about gods, why not bring in a god killer? Makes sense. So I believe Black Orchid would be the perfect choice because she's a god killer. Would make sense. But the third one is the most likely one. Fulgor, the robotic monster. Now, why would you want him in this game? Well, for starters, he's a freaking cyborg, for starters, and I don't think Xbox mind him getting killed a few times because you can just replace him. But also the fact as well, as many of you may not know, there was a death battle between Sector and Fulgor. Now, how about we play it out with, having Sector as a DLC or Triborg as a DLC, whatever comes first, along with the Terminator, and let's have a mechanized Royal Rumble. That just sounds good, and plus the fact as well, Killer Instinct has brought in ultimates, which are technically finishers, so yeah, this kind of makes sense. And also you would say, well, would Riptor be better? But nah, it would be too wild to play. It would be too much like the Xenomorph. We need something a little different. So those 3 I would say could be the console exclusive. Whether or not they'll do it is pretty much up in the air. But Ed Boon has given a lot of interest in the Killer Instinct, so it's a possibility. And now finally the Injustice characters. Who would you pick is the question. Well, I've picked 2 in mind. The first one is quite an interesting choice. It is Jason Blood and Itrigan. Now, why these 2? Well, they're the same character technically, but they are about demons and magic and sorcery, and they could use a diverse system. I mean, they've done it with Triborg. Why not with them? And if you don't know who Itrigan and Jason Blood are, I'll explain. During the era of knights and holiness, Jason Blood was a knight and unfortunately Merlin, being a bit of a dick, bounded the demon Itrigan's soul into him for him to keep him, in check, so Itrigan wouldn't go out and destroy the damn world. So basically, Jason Blood has lived for nearly an eternity. I'm not joking, he is lived for eternity, and he has kept the demon Itrigan in check. But when he calls on Itrigan, Itrigan comes out and lays the smackdown with his fire attacks, his physical brute strength. Now, the way you could do with a diverse system with Itrigan and Jason Blood is basically have them, intertwine. Like, one is of the Royal Knight, where he would be more knightly, technical, and more chivalrous, and Jason Blood would be just a rush down, beefy, mid-range fighter. And the third one, mixture of the 2. But that could work well with those 2, and it could be an interesting choice. And finally, the last choice, I mean, come on guys, you're gonna know who it is. It's Constantine, another character everybody has wanted, but as many of you may not know, in the comics, Constantine is currently left Injustice World because, he wants to get his daughter away from all this chaos and decided to go in a different dimension. What happens if he landed in the MK dimension? I mean, to be honest guys, we are going to look at a game where it's going to muck about with dimensions. Why not? It makes sense. And that's my thoughts on this, actually, on these special guest characters. What do you think? Who do you think is going to be in or out, or, who do you believe should be in it? Anyway folks, that's all I gotta think about and what you thought. Leave a comment in the comment section below. You know the drill. Like, share, subscribe, ring the dinner bell, and I'll see you in the next video. I'll catch you later.